Are we avoiding wasting a lot of time during trial and error? Are we wanting to see this, that we don't want to, put ourselves in those shoes where we are trying things and making mistakes? We want to make sure everything falls into place in the first effort. We all want that, right? Nobody wants to repeat years. Nobody wants to take a gap year. So all of these things are important. Now, it's a promise that after attending this webinar, nobody will be able to mislead you or give you incorrect guidance after this. Nobody will be able to take any advantage based on limited information related to profile development, related to admissions, anything. And a single move that you will put in your daily life in terms of your ecosystem, in terms of your routine, in terms of what you are doing, in terms of your plan of action, one strategic shift will bring in the kind of change and will impact next 15 to 20 to your lifetime of years that you are going to have after knowing these. That's the importance of this webinar. So I'm asking a very simple question. If you are a student or if parents are joining, is your child at the risk of falling behind? Do you have that kind of a fear? Do you feel that, okay, at any cost, the way the competition is rising, I don't want my child to fall behind? This is a very normal fear for any parent to have, for any one of us to have. But we have to understand that if you don't have any direction beyond academics, beyond examinations, if you are thinking you want to build a strong profile, you have the marks, but you don't have the profile, and you are worried about how to develop the profile. If you are unclear about what are the skills I should build on, what are the interests, how can I put my energy into the things that are really needed, which are the skills I should learn, which is the area of interest, how will I select something where I can put in most of my effort regularly and consistently for the same results that we are wanting. All these queries are going to be covered. So now I would request all of you to visualize your child on their graduation day. Let's start the webinar on a very positive note. I have brought in the experience of getting into the world's best university, which is Harvard. It can be anything for you. You can imagine the university you see your child studying in. Think about it. We've just very randomly picked up Harvard's entrance. Think about that D-Day when you are going for the graduation ceremony of your child at such an esteemed university. Think about the time when your child is going to be available in the premises with such top level professors, such top level intellectual students. The kind of atmosphere, the air in these kind of places are completely different. Imagine your child graduating from such a place where 95% of the competition is cut. 95% of the competition is cut, and they are here completely intellectually, holistically developed, and you are there watching them attain the certification from such a place. With this positive note, let's come back. Life changes when we study at top universities, be it anywhere. And that's why today it's a very important that we will break down the myth of what top students who are getting rejected are doing wrong. How and how much importance grades are holding in our entire journey. How do we build a world class profile? And what can we start doing today that we can be eligible to reach the top? It can be anywhere. You want some job in some place, you want to study at a particular university, you want to make more money, you want to be well settled in your future. Any kind of dream that you are having can only be attained by what you are doing today. When you do that rightly, when you have the correct understanding and the roadmap right now, when you understand what are the things you're doing wrong, is only when these things are going to work in your favor. So, to direct our today's action, we are going to discuss about a lot of myths and realities. Why top students who are scoring 95%, we all have heard, they're still getting rejected by top workplaces, top universities. What a real winning profile looks like. How can you not be misled in this entire game? Now, to go ahead with, I'm going to tell you after this webinar, stay till the end because you will be able to take away the roadmap to understand what a standout profile actually should be like, how you can apply that for your own journey. What are the examples of real students' success who have attained it? How choosing right activities and not all the activities changes the way you put yourself into a place, which is called your unique positioning. Now, what are the simple steps you can start doing right now to change your game? So the 40 minutes we are going to make sure we discuss about how you can do it. We'll keep it more educative. 45th minute you will understand about what is the roadmap looking like, and there'll be bonuses that will be dropped, which is free of cost. All the webinar attendees who will attend till the end, there you will be uh, at that point you will be getting the free bonus, and 10 minutes would be Q&A, and I'll be discussing about your opportunity to interact with us, mentorship and all of that. Now, let's begin the webinar with this eye-opening fact. All the questions will be answered in the end during the Q&A. We'll keep the entire interaction completely educative because let's not break the flow of people who are already there. So I would now tell you to please grab a notebook and a pen and please keep noting anything that will be coming up because it's gold. Okay? Now, let's have a look. Every possibility that we think of has been somewhere covered here. IITs people dream of, IIMs people dream of, NEET people dream of, and then people dream of Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, all these top universities. Very, like, randomly, these are the top ones generically, maximum people focus on. So the logic remains the same. Let's see. 11 students are fighting for one seat for IITs and IIMs, okay? For NEET, 24 students are fighting for one seat, okay? Now, for Oxford, Cambridge, 6 students are fighting for one seat. For Harvard, definitely being the top university in the world, 29 students are fighting for one seat. Now, let's see what is the differentiation factors. Coaching and competitive testing happens. That's true for IITs and IIMs. For NEET, we need years of exam preparation. Okay, yes. Oxford, Cambridge, they see your profile more holistically, your entire profile, your thinking skills, your research, interests, and all that. Harvard sees leadership, the kind of impact you create, and story. Fair enough. Now look at the screen and analyze this. I have shown this fact to you with a very clear intent and mindset, which is that if we are going to compete nationally, we've decided we want to compete for IITs, we want to compete for IIMs, we want to compete for NEET, then my question is, if we are competing, then why not globally also? Why not globally? What are the factors for why we want to compete? We want good salary, we want good currency hold, we want good promotions, we want good networking, we want good alumni connection, we want good life quality, we want a good career trajectory, good growth, lifestyle exposure. These are the basic things that we all work hard for. Agreed? Do we all agree to this? Then please drop me a yes in the chat box. If we all agree that why we want to reach to the top places and graduate from top places is only because we all want these things for our children or for ourselves, right? If you all agree to this, then please drop me a yes in the chat box. The chat box is Q and A written, Q and A. Nice, nice, nice. Kriti, Ram Rao, Vishal, Sneha, Aditya, Bilal, Dhira, Dr. Srini, Janvi, Kriti, Rakhi, all of you, come on, people. See, there are so many webinar attendees. It's not possible for me to take the name of everyone. But, however, let's keep it very much interactive. That way, it will be engaging for us to understand. Why am I showing you all these things? Currency par is definitely much more. Starting salary is going up to 1.5 CR when you study from a top place. And when you even compete locally, all of this comes, but it takes a longer time. And sometimes it doesn't even reach the kind of point where you can reach abroad because currency par and value is much more, right? Why am I showing you this? It's to understand that when we prepare for any kind of entrance exam in India, which is for IITs, which is for IIMs, which is for NEET, they are judging us on a single pillar, which is the entrance exam, and that is marks. But when we are competing for global universities, they are not just seeing my marks. They are not just seeing what I scored in the entrance, they are seeing the whole holistic person. They are seeing my story, they are seeing my skills, they are seeing, okay, yes, what my scores are, but they're also seeing who am I holistically as a person, what are my experiences, what is the way I think. So we have to prepare ourselves, whether we want to study abroad, we want to study in India, we have to develop our life skills. Life skill building has become the need of today. Whether you want to stay in India, you want to go out, doesn't matter. Marks aren't enough today. Only on the basis of academics, we cannot create impact. We cannot create the kind of future we are wanting to create for ourselves. And this is what we have to accept as the reality of time today, and this will only and only be escalated over time. Even 10 years back, when we got to know about some family friend, some relative, that someone has gotten into an Oxford or a Cambridge or an Ivy League or a Harvard, you know uh, if you all can think about someone, anyone here who can think about this, please put some thought to it, and always remember, some people used to say that that person had 95%, that person had 96%, even then Harvard rejected them, even then Cambridge rejected them, even then Oxford rejected them. Why do you think that happened? Why do you think that must be happening even 10 years down the line? Why? That time the competition was lesser compared to the competition today. Then why thousands who had good scores were still not being able to stand out? And the reality is in front of you. They were not being able to stand out because academics alone doesn't give you the leeway of being someone who's deserving of a seat at the top place, because a clear identity, good unique positioning, outcome, personal narrative has to strongly come out, and come out very loud. And this is what happened. This is what Sneha could understand, and she made it to Harvard. She did not let her summer research go in waste. She was never the topper yet. Because of her unique positioning, due to her self diving, finding out what she's good at, what her personality aligns with, she led her psychology related summer research, led a mental health initiative, and showed curiosity and courage. And Howard today values the meaning and impact that she created, and that's why she was worthy of that seat. That's why she could make it to Harvard. And this is what we all have to understand. So, hello everyone. This is why now I'm going to tell you who am I, and why am I telling you all these things are. I am Shweta. I am the founder of Unibridges, and whatever you're seeing on the screen has been my journey, only because I dreamt of studying at a place where I could change my life. The earning that I was making, I could change that. I could change my personality, my communication skills. I wanted to be someone where even my parents wanted me to be a person who can stand anywhere in the world and can converse very confidently with anybody, anywhere. As parents, we all the parents have the same dream. And now the biggest achievement was to take my students then for summer program there. The top left image is exactly of that they utilized 2 weeks of their summers there. Oxford, Cambridge, these places are places where your intellectual curiosity is so much heightened by the kind of curriculum they follow. All of this was only possible leading to understanding that whatever I could understand as a child, I did develop my profile in every way that I understood I could do. However, to reach this point, I did waste 3 years of my life finding the right tips and tricks because my profile was also not developed the way it should have been. Because I went to consultants who only told me it's not possible to get into top universities. But the reality is, nobody was there to provide the right roadmap. And that's why today I can say this very confidently that if you have the correct roadmap, if you have the correct understanding of yourself, and this is what I've always communicated to students, whether nationally or internationally, that you have to have a strong understanding of this intellectual curiosity, whether आपको इंडिया में पढ़ना है, आपको बाहर जाना है, you want to stay in India, you want to go abroad, you have to have life skill development skills today. Without that, you can never ever excel at workplace, at university, nowhere. And we strongly have to follow this motto of being strong for skills. Skill set has to be grown. We can't leave that only on the basis of academics. You will never be able to stand out. And just because of this, I was able to take my journey to TEDx, and you can always watch that on YouTube. But to understand the most important backstory is that without the right guidance, your time will be wasted. Confidence drops, dreams shrink, and the worst part is even I could not express it to my parents because I myself was unable to understand what was the major hindrance in my journey. And this is what we have to very strongly understand. We don't want our children to live in that kind of a feeling for a longer time. Every year that we are thinking we'll start next year, we'll think about it later. Right now, it's too early. 365 opportunities are being missed, growth is being delayed, and your child is slipping into the average pool every moment that is passing by, and we can't afford that. With this, everything that I have told you till now can be curated into what I call the IV formula. The IVY. I stands for identity, V stands for value, and Y stands for yardsticks. Identity is something which is the first step. You have to find your uniqueness. You have to find out what is your standing out point. How are you unique? How are you different from other people? This is majorly important. Now, when we talk about value, value can be delivered through projects, value can be delivered through the kind of leadership, research, internships that we follow. All of that needs to be done. That is very, very important. Proof can only be offered through awards, outcomes, presentations, the kind of recognition you're getting, publication you're getting, recognition nationally or state wise you're getting. And this is how a very strong, undeniably very similar profile can be formed where you get selected. This is the rough idea as to how you can start your journey. To not be confused. Now, how do you find your uniqueness? This is the toughest part, and this is something that has to be solved to make sure the value and proof can be followed. The first step, which is finding your uniqueness, is the toughest part. There's a slide on that, and I will let you know how to do that. Now, top universities like Harvard, Cambridge, Stanford, Oxford, any of the top universities in the world do not partner with any consultant. Yes, people. This is an eye opening fact. Anyone promising you any kind of scholarship, any kind of guaranteed admissions in top universities, it's a pure lie. Please don't fall for that trap. To get into these universities, the only way is to curate a very strong roadmap, have your narrative set, have your clear direction, have a roadmap, and only then, with the smart working and the combination of right strategic alignment, is when you can reach these universities. Okay. So I'm sorry to break your heart, but that was the reality. So in order to be saving yourself from any kind of scams, please know this. Please note this. Please. With this, I've given you an understanding of a basic country wise return on your investment with your first year salary. Anyone asking me why should I invest money in studying at a top place in the world, why should I do that? Then the kind of returns that you're getting in the first year is humongous. If you reach the top places, these are the kind of returns you make because currency par is much more. And just like investing in a business, we never get returns in the first year. So this is kind of one kind of a business where you're investing in something where the money comes back way too faster than any random investment. With this, imagine your child or you become that student who knows yourself inside out. You have clarity, you have next level real achievements which are not generic, which are not random school activities that every person is doing. Now let's understand this very very clearly. If we are unable to stand out in our own school, there is no way that we can stand out in our city. If we can't stand out in our city, we are not standing out in our state. If we are not standing out in our state, there's no way that we can compete internationally. You have to bring a sense of belongingness for yourself. Now, with this, I'll be using a lot of terms called strategy, positioning, profile development. All of these things go hand in hand. Anywhere in life, if you want to work, whether you want to stay in India, you want to go abroad, we have to understand minimum of 50,000 applicants are applying, and if we are fighting for something overseas, then more than 120 countries people are applying. Similar grades are there everywhere. Everyone is scoring 95, 94 is nothing now, even in India. Then what will set you apart? Have you ever thought about it? How will you stand out then? That is where finding your uniqueness becomes key. You need a very guided strategic strategy of how you will utilize your time right now. You have to build your identity, your confidence, and your uniqueness. Now, what happens when we find our uniqueness? When we focus on finding our uniqueness, we combine the subject we love with something that you are demeaning today as a hobby that you like, which is baking. For one of our students here, she loved physics and she loved baking, and she said, this is not even a hobby that I like baking, but this perfect and a special unique recipe of combining physics with baking and deriving an interest from that led to her admission at her dream university. With this, we'll dive on to the top three secrets of how you can get into top places in the world anywhere. Clarity beats confusion. We need to be clear. Every activity that we are doing, every kind of participation we are doing, every kind of competition, any kind of activity, any kind of research we are doing, any kind of business ideation we are doing, any kind of capstone project we are doing has to show one clear direction without leaving room for any kind of confusion, people. We have to understand the moment you're unable to derive the link between each and everything that you're doing, you seem confused and people reject your profile right then and there. Whether you're applying for a job, you're applying for university admission, or any internship, even the smallest things called internship will lead to rejection if you're unable to show your clear direction of standing out. Now, more activities people think means, okay, I'll participate in this inter school competition also. I will do that activity also. I will compete in the competition that is happening today. I will also compete in the competition that is happening tomorrow because I want to add it to my profile development list. Perfect recipe for disaster. If you are thinking that gathering 10 certificates and indulging in any random competition and having participations of basic clubs in school or college will get you any kind of acceptance, then sorry. The reality is anywhere in the world, whether you're applying for a job or any kind of admissions, if you are giving any kind of imprint of unclear profiles, then you ought to be rejected. If you have to succeed, you have to show the uniqueness being the first top priority for clarity. And that uniqueness will let you choose the right subjects, right activities, the right alignment. We can't be perfect in everything. What we have to show is the correct real passion, the methods of how we have attained it, and the impact we have created. And always remember in life, when we are wanting something out of the other person, which is a job or an admission, we don't have to tell them what we have done, we have to show. And that's why academics alone cannot make you stand out. And that's the reason why thousands of people who have good grades are still getting rejected. With this, you all can screenshot this. It's a very, very important thing here. We need to follow the 70-30 rule, people. 70% is every activity that we have done to develop our personality, which is defining your uniqueness, which is based on choosing of what you like, what you are unique on, and cannot be same for every child. And 30% is academics. I am not saying academics are not important, academics are important, but they only hold 30% of your complete effort. You have to put in effort, and that 30% does mean you have to score well, but 70% is also the kind of things you have to build to show a strong profile. With this, I am showing you our student Ayush, who had very strong academics, but he didn't have a leadership story when he came. We helped him launch an organic farming initiative in Bihar. He was training farmers there because he belonged from there. He built a supply chain and generated a revenue of 12 lakh rupees. Yes, because the number of farmers was so much more, 12 lakh rupees was something that was a limited revenue he could generate depending on the thousands of farmers that were available there. But if we see, the supply chain he generated is showing his interest in the direction of management. Now, only how to generate more money, how to have better skills to implement this, he would need a degree from Oxford, and he would learn the management skills. And that's why his story showed a reality. He had a real leadership story, and the struggles were real of why he wanted to study there. And the kind of systems he had built, the kind of operations he did, he ought to be there. With this, we have to understand that strategy matters. Anywhere we want to go, if the person who is there on the other end, who has to hire us, who has to give us admissions, who has to choose us anywhere for a job, for an internship, for admissions, without strategy, you seem to be unclear, unplanned, vague, no clear identity, no clear direction, then you are not globally going to be notable. And with the strategy, you can have one direction, one very unified identity, and one memorable story that everyone will remember. And even after your applications, they'll be unable to forget you. Now, with this, what you're seeing on the screen right now are two cases in front of you. One is a non-Unibridges student, academically strong, 94% in class 12, completely dependent on inter-school extracurricular activities, traditionally academic focused profile, versus a student who's a holistic Unibridges student, has scored 92% in class 12, but is a national cubing champion, is a Harvard MUN winner, is an astrophysics passion project where he traveled to the Ladakh's last village to create a documentary on night skies and cover the Milky Way and presented it at Sigma Psi. With this, I have a simple question for all the webinar attendees here. If you feel that case 2 will get accepted by top universities and top institutions for a job also, then drop me a yes in the chat box. Come on. All of you, please let me know. Drop me a yes in the chat box if you feel that case number 2 will get accepted compared to case number 1. Then drop me a yes in the chat box. Come on, Purva, Aryan, Shubh, Hridansh, Sanjoy, Harshita, Ramrao Ji, Kriti, Vishal. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Come on, let's keep it interactive. Only then I'll know if you guys are able to understand and you're able to take away whatever has been told right now. Please, let's keep it interactive. Good, good, good. All of you who are sending questions, yes, you will get a chance to ask the questions. I will answer all your queries. There is a Q&A in the end. Different people are joining us from different parts of the world today, so we ought to come to the understanding of whatever is being told. Are you understanding why case number 2 will win over case number 1? Even if you are differing from this, then you can drop me a no in the chat box as well. If you think no, you don't agree, then drop me a no. We'll also cater to that. Come on, people, at least give your opinion. There are so many webinar attendees here. Come on, come on, come on. Let's keep it interactive. Good, good, good. Nice. All of you who are raising your hands, believe me. Nice, nice, nice. Very good. All of you raising your hands during the Q&A, please keep your questions ready. I will answer all of them. Don't worry. Okay, good, nice. When we keep it interactive, we know that the right information is reaching us. We're understanding the logic behind it. Here, everything at the grassroots level is being told to you guys only for a simple reason that you understand how this logic of admission, how this logic of profile development, why is it so important, all this understanding comes into play. Now, everything that we have discussed till now comes to this very important factor, which is the why. Okay, why are we choosing an activity? Why are we choosing a subject? Why are we choosing the experience? Why? Why are we now not doing something? Why have we chosen to participate in something? When your whys are justified, you become eligible for the limited roles in the world that will make you stand out. Why is so important before any activity? Why is so important before any kind of recommendation, any kind of application work we are doing, any kind of choosing of topics we are doing, is to understand that without meaning, without intent, nothing will hold value. Any recruiting expert, any admissions officer values purpose. They don't just want to see participation, that I participated in 10 things. They want to see you participate in one thing, but show me the kind of impact that you're creating and why are you doing that. Why and how is it related to what you are wanting to do in your life? With clarity, you will be able to strengthen that. With this, we come to the big secret number 2, that is, interviewers only want to see how you think. They don't want to know how much knowledge you have of the subject, only that they are judging out of the application and the work you've done. During interviews, they are just there to assess how you think. And if anyone is telling you that there is a perfect script for any interview and you can memorize that and you can ace the interview, then the answer is a complete no. The answer is a complete no. The reality is you can only practice having good communication skills, because memorized answers don't show that you are using your thought process. You are not confident, you are not curious, you are not open to challenges. With scripts, any expert can say it's a script that you've learned, and imagine the kind of questions you have mugged up and learned. If the interviewer doesn't ask those questions, then you are gone. That's why scripts don't work. What works is, even when any kind of curveball is thrown on us, which is them asking us questions we don't know the answer about, then what can you do? You can just pause, And you can say, let me think aloud. Or you can say, honestly, I am not very much updated about this question that you have asked me. However, if you can give me a little brief around the topic, I can definitely come up with a perspective. Don't you think this is so much better than the and the ums and ums are the biggest enemies of us when we come to the point of interviews. That's why when you want to stand out in any top interviews in the world, you need to handle these situations where you don't know the answer. Now I'm asking a very simple question to all the webinar attendees here. What is our biggest fear when it comes to interviews? Let me know in the chat box. What is the biggest fear we have whenever we have any interview? What is the biggest fear? Let's see what everyone has to say. Giving the wrong answers. Okay. Next. Not knowing the answer. Okay. Come on, people. Let more viewpoints keep coming in. Come on. Aryan is saying lack of confidence. Okay. It's very simple. Think about this one fear. What if I fumbled? Okay, Hridayansh. Okay. And what else is there whenever we have any interview? What is our biggest fear deep down? Okay, Aryan is saying lack of confidence. Good. Hridayansh is saying what if we fumbled? And what else? Lack of confidence in speech clarity, Harika. Okay. And people, let's keep it coming. What is it? How to introduce abhigyan? Okay. And what else, people? Maybe our knowledge is not up to the mark. Purva, never ever be worried about that. Nobody can know everything ever in life. But we need to, there's one fear we all have before we join the interview. What is that word? I'm waiting for that word. Everyone, come on, let's get it together. It's very simple. Rejection, Harshita, okay, and come on, I'm waiting. So many webinar attendees are there. We've only gotten 6 to 7 perspectives till now. Come on. What else can it be? Confidence and Purva is saying confidence and unaware of right guidance. Vishal is saying, okay. But people, the thing that I was looking out for is blanking out. We all fear blanking out, right? We all are like, okay, rejection, no, blank out. We all fear, right? That, oh my God, what if I blank out? What will be my next answer? What will I say? What if my feet are trembling? What if my hands are shaking? What if we pass? Dr. Srini is saying. Blanking out is one of the biggest fears, but we have to admit it that it's absolutely normal to blank out. And we have to prepare our communication skills for that beforehand, because even if you blank out, which is a very natural human phenomena, you know how to ace the situation even then, because it becomes a part of your existence, your communication skills. You know how to cut throat and then go ahead with that kind of a situation, and that is what we need. With this, we come to the biggest secret number 3, that is, it's a very important to first, so first step I told you was finding your uniqueness. There is a slide that is completely dedicated to that. I will show you that. Once you do that, you then come to understanding your personal interest. That is what happens. Then you give it a human identity, which is your unique human brand. That is your human brand, and every human being deserves that. And that will lead you to uniquely position yourself anywhere in the world for anything. And this is how you become memorable in a global pool. Now, I'll be breaking one of the biggest myths here, that hobbies don't matter. And anyone who's ignoring their hobbies of whatever you like and you're thinking only marks matter, then please change this perspective today. Because the reality is, top admits everywhere have a clear personal identity. They have a genuine connection to the interests they like, and that is where unique qualities stand out, and that is your unique profile differentiator. And you don't need a dramatic once in a lifetime kind of a story to stand out. Strong profiles come from clarity and consistency. So small sparks that are your hobbies are somewhere defining your identity. So please don't put them on the back seat. Common App has already opened from 1st August. Anyone who's joining us who is in grade 12, please, you are on the last dates, please apply it, please go through it. And preparations now have to begin today. You have very limited time now left with you. Now, to understand something very, very important is the Ivy and the Oxbridge level profile people. What does it look like? People who go to these kind of places, what do their profile look like? Then this is somewhat a basic idea of what it looks like. Will be very different based on any human being, because this is a very generic layout, but what might work for someone which was this way cannot work for the other person. So please don't copy paste it entirely on that basis. Now, Abhigyan, I will answer all the questions. Don't worry at all. I will answer that. Now, today, after this, please ask yourselves, parents, please ask your child this: what excites you beyond academics? What have you tried and created yourself? Which is the real world problem that sparks curiosity in you? And that is where their story will begin. Whatever I have told you till now is not just my brainchild, but is also backed by research. Howard has a research that clearly shows that only 15% people are self aware. And if you live in this confusion, then your career trajectory will go for a toss. Without clarity, you will choose wrong careers, you will waste years, you lose competitions, you lose opportunities, you lose everything. And it's backed by data. You have the source mentioned, you can always go and read it. So if you don't know yourselves enough, it's absolutely normal, but please don't stay in that light of being unaware and confused. With this is how you find your uniqueness. This is the 360 life map blueprint that we run on our students, which is 100 personalized questions made specially for each child, because each child's problem is different, and you're judged on 28 different parameters, and based on that, a complete unique understanding of you have it for life. Whether you want to choose your career, subjects, activities, job, you want to choose what you're good at, you want to choose the courses, your entire life comes into play based on this test. Okay, now what parents often sometimes miss is, because of limited information, that life skills building has become the need of today to shape your life. Whether you want to stay in India, you want to go out, you have to develop your life skills. Without that, you will not be able to sustain anywhere. You'll only be just barely being able to make it to level 2 in life. Now with this, you have two choices. One, everything that I have told you, you do it alone, versus you have a choice to work with us. When you'll do it alone, random YouTube videos have been available all your life, but yet we are attending the webinar. That means we need more clarity. You will copy paste essays, you will do guesswork, you'll lose on scholarship, you'll lose on deadlines, you'll waste your time, you'll try 10 things, nothing will work. It will create panic in class 12th, it'll create panic in your undergraduation years, and you will feel lost and behind, you will have burnout. Versus when you'll work with us, everything will be laid out step by step. We know you have a lot to catch on in life, also in school, also in college, also. You have high impact actions, you have a complete hand picked personalized plan of action for yourself. You stay ahead with every date, you start early, you build confidence, and you feel in control. Result is dream admits impactful project, you have a global edge. Okay, with this, please do the math today and understand that if you just delay your decision by 3 months and you feel, okay, I will start next year in January, okay, I will start later, you are losing 2160 hours. And in that time you can build one project, two skills. And this delay that you are making every time of starting it later, you are slipping into the average pool by 2% every time you're procrastinating. So please don't waste your hours, because opportunities are going. This is the kind of summer program these students had attended with us, which was a 2 week summer program in Oxford and Cambridge, where they got to learn how to publicly learn the debating style of the parliament in the UK. They met the founder of CIPLA, Dr. Yusuf Hamid, who's also honored as the scientist, entrepreneur, humanitarian, a Cambridge alumni who found the cure for AIDS. Also, the founder of SuperSense, who teaches students how a patient with dementia can live alone, the kind of tools they had developed. They learn travel etiquette, dining etiquette, everything. And with this, why am I telling you all these things are that understanding and developing your profile is the need of today. You have to understand yourself. We have clients all over the world. You can have a look the kind of experience they've had with us, be it at any part. That's why we only work with limited people. We don't work with everyone, because we believe in quality over quantity. And for this very reason, I'm introducing the Unibridges Clarity Kit to you. 5 expert ebooks are completely there. You want to know what is the return on your investment, the career compass, the behind the scenes, stress management. There are 4 deep diving modules that are personally recorded by me for all the webinar attendees here. You have 6 premium checklists, which are so underrated but give so much clarity to your life, and a call which is on the website for 15,000 rupees with me directly. All of this sums up to 30,000 rupees, which is ebooks, checklists, video modules, and a call with me. But all of this is made available to webinar attendees for just 999, and only 10 seats are there. Whosoever will now go and book their seat will get these things for just 999. But you have to be very, very quick with this, because seats are limited, and such kind of opportunity only for 999. Everything worth 30,000 is just for 999. Now imagine, without a roadmap, time and money, excuse me, your dreams will slip away. And can you do it alone? Can you do it without the reference of someone who is an expert for this? If you don't want to stay in any kind of confusion anymore, then scan the QR, make the payment, book the call, have those resources with you available. You get instant access within an hour, and you are good to go for life. With this, now I will answer all your questions. So, people who are raising their hands, I am going to allow you to talk. Yes, yes, please. Ibahanan ji, please tell me. Please tell me. Yes, what is your doubt? Please tell me. Ibahanan ji, you had raised your hands. Please tell me. Okay. Uh, Ernest, please tell me what is your query. You can unmute your mic and ask your questions. Okay, next. Suman ji, please tell me what is your query.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to ask a question.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, what will be the courses available after this profile and everything? Because I want to pursue medical in future.
Okay. You're in which grade?
I'm in 10th right now.
Okay, so for this, it's very important to understand what you're doing at the moment, what are the activities you've done, the things you're doing right now. Every possible plan of action that you can have can be discussed personally. You get a form. You need to fill that. After you make the payment, you get a form. We get all the basic details of you, and in that, you have a personalized discussion based on every detail that you've given.
Okay, ma'am.
First, we need to get to understand that, and then everything will be advised in that call.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Sumanji, please tell me.
Good afternoon, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, please.
I just wanted to understand that being in India, there are three curriculums being offered, international and Indian both.
Right.
So, for a person who's going to enter the primary school, grade 5,
Mm.
international curriculums are better or Indian curriculums are better? And what is the correct timeline to start building these profiles? Like, which grade is the best time to start with?
Right. So, Sumanji, what happens here is we have to understand that if we choose any kind of board, it doesn't give us any edge over the other person. Let's be very, very honest. But if your plan is very, very clear that you want to live abroad, then obviously it's better to take the IB board. But there is nothing like if you're from an ICSE or a CBSE board, then you don't get selected. So it's a complete personal choice. But yes, if the plan is that we want to study abroad and we want to live there all that time, then yes, the kind of the pressure and the kind of commitment that comes with IB board, you can definitely take that up. Now, to answer the second part of your question, which is the best time to start, then I feel when you are in earlier grades, which is before grade 8, then always focus on finding out a full plan of action for what are the activities to indulge in, what are the different kind of communication skills that they can develop, because those things can be taught. And when you come to complete focus on profile development, when should you start from? Then grade 8 becomes the time to be completely indulgent. From grade 8 onwards, you should definitely start. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So there's always a myth that IB board curriculums are easier and less academically less valuable or having less content in terms of knowledge and depth than Indian boards.
No, that's not true at all.
Okay,
That's
thank you
not
so much.
true. Yes, Janvi, please tell me.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Earlier in the webinar, you mentioned that in summer you took some kids to project in Cambridge.
Right.
Yeah, so from what grade is it eligible?
That was eligible from grade 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so, ma'am, I'm in ninth grade, and is there any chance that I can apply for that?
What's your age?
Ma'am, I'm 14.
Yeah, so 14 to 18 was the program for the high schoolers. So yes, a team, you can take a note of him. When once we start that, we'll definitely let him know. For that,
Oh,
you'll also have to, what city are you from?
I'm from Nasik.
Nasik. And your name's Janvi?
No, my name is Arnav.
Okay, Arnav. Okay. So are you interested in that?
Yes.
But there's an exam also that happens for it. You also need to prepare for that a little. So for
That
that,
exam is based on what?
it's based on your communication and language skills, because they want to be 100% sure that you will be able to understand whatever will be offered there.
Okay, ma'am, no problem.
Okay.
How I will get the information of
So, from where can I get the information?
My team will help you with that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Team, please note him for that. We'll get in touch with him for that. Okay? Okay, Arav. Okay. Ernest, are you ready? You wanted some kind of clarity. You'd raised your hand for a very long time. Please ask. Okay. Yeshavi ji, yes, please tell me.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Hi. So I'm in the IGCSE syllabus, and I'm in 10th grade, and I want to go to Germany to study. What should I do?
Yes, so you should definitely have a plan of action. You should get a full analysis of what your current curriculum is like. How are you managing your time? What are the activities you're participating in? Do you have a unique human brand of yourself? If not, then you should start building it, because you're already in grade 10.
So what should I do to build that unique brand? Should I
Okay, I'll show
like
how. See, this is the kind of journey our students have curated for themselves. They have a brand. So, like, this is a student, Ashanvi. She now has her own brand. She's making her own money. In high school, she had come to us. She has internationally been a speaker. She's recognized by that. She has internationally presented her entrepreneurial ideation. She has her own brand now. So, this is her unique human branding that was possible because she booked a call with us. Just like this, there's Zainab, a science student who could do that. There's Shaurya, who's an astrophysics interest is there, he is there. Tavnesh is interested in engineering. Like this, we've been able to Jayant, who's there, who wants to pursue MTech. So these kind of examples are there to show that they have uniquely booked the call and then they have positioned themselves like that to the top universities. So it's the same
okay?
you'll have to do for yourself. I'd advise you can book your call and a personalized form that, as I told before, is given, and then you get clarity.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Sushil ji, please tell me.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good morning, Shweta. I had a query that the services or the counseling you offer, is it only for the undergrad or, if kids are interested to pursue a master's program, let's say, especially with the Ivy League, so do you also guide and facilitate for
Yes.
them?
We help high school students, we help undergraduation students and PhDs. So
Okay.
undergrad, postgrad, PhD, and high school.
Since, for example, for MBA, if I'm right, I think there is a working experience required of minimum 3 years. So,
Right.
the child has to also complete that after the studies. And but just wanted to confirm that even in such cases, we can approach you for guidance and try to go for the Ivy League.
Yes, because see, we have to understand this very, very well that what is the priority, what is the interest of the student, what is their goal after pursuing an MBA. Because what happens is we very generically pick up MBA because we feel every second person is doing it, but first we
Right.
understand what is the plan of action, what is the ideation after that, what is the goal the student has for his or her life. Is an MBA the best bet? Then yes, you have to fulfill those number of years. If not, what is the second option of the course which is a better suitable course? So that analyzation is also done, and even in that state, if a student is 100% sure they want to pursue an MBA, then yes, we also give them the plan of action of like how for these many years you have to work. When you're working, what are the things you have to do to also build your profile in a way that it becomes Ivy League worthy. So that is why
Okay.
this call opportunity is given for that discussion only in depth.
You mentioned that you will evaluate whether it's MBA or some second level. So, what would that imply? Second level would be what?
So it can be different courses. There are many business related management courses available which have better placements, better opportunities. But first, it's very important to understand what is the student's liking, what is their interest, what is the life they are wanting to create for themselves. Is MBA the way for it, or is MBA not the way? Like there's a student from Scotland who is enrolled with us. She had reached out to us with the understanding because she thought MBA is her best thing to do, but when she booked her 360 life blueprint test, which was the uniqueness finding test that we conduct, after that her plan of action, her roadmap completely changed. She's enrolled in our one-to-one mentorship program. So that is what I'm saying. People come with that thought, but after that call, maybe what we are thinking is not the best bet for our own self. So that analyzation has to be done in depth.
Okay, just a last question. Your session was highlighting about focus on Ivy Leagues, but do you also guide students to other countries, let's say in Europe, for higher level programs, or do you only focus on the Ivy League universities?
No, no, no. We did, if you did pay attention, we did mention about Ivy League. We mentioned about Oxford. We mentioned about Cambridge.
Yes.
slide that also mentioned about different places like IE in Spain. There was also mention of MUS in the few in the slides before.
Yes.
So we do for other countries also. It's not limited to only Ivy League or Oxford, Cambridge in the UK. It's all over Europe, Singapore, UK, Japan, Germany, all of those.
Got it. Thank you so much for all the clarifications.
No problem. Yes, Preeti, please tell me. Preeti, are you there?
Am I audible?
Yes, Preeti. Please tell
Yeah.
me.
Ma'am, I'm Dominic's mother. He is in 11th.
Okay.
So I'm not, he is very clear about his studies, but he needs some guidance. So how can you help and how can I book your counseling session?
Right. So Preeti, here, if you scan the QR, you can book the slot for 999. That is
Yeah.
exactly where you get the opportunity. As you saw, 30-minute call, you will also get with me with the four other deliverables that is required. In that, every personalized struggle of the child, every personalized plan of what the child should do next, all of that is offered. So you can discuss, you can ask any question. We always encourage a family call. So together you can come with your child and we can discover every possible problem that your child is going through and to find a solution to that. What should be the next steps? All of that is offered in that.
Okay, this is for one time call?
Yeah, it's a 30-minute one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll be taking a few last more questions now. So after that, we'll be concluding. Okay, Preeti has already done. Ernest, are you there? Do you still have your question? You had raised your hand for a very long time. Okay, now we have Dheena Karanji. Please tell me.
Hi Shweta.
Hi.
See this, I just booked this 999 thing. Is it basically I wanted some clarity for both of my kids, like sons. The one is in the 12th grade and the other one is in the 6th grade.
Okay.
So this 999 thing would cover a guidance for both of my kids, like because I just wanted to check,
Okay,
or
so the
I have to pay a separate 999 for the other one. Like, how is it? How does it work?
right. So basically, Adina Karanchi, what happens is that 30 minutes would, I'll be very honest, would go in understanding one child completely. So,
Mm-hmm.
in order to be fair, to understand that we can definitely, we'll be able to cover a few more minutes on the second child, maybe, but I don't know what the queries are like. So, it's better you come on the first call and then we can guide you if needed.
Okay, yeah, that'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's yeah. My elder one, who is in the 12th grade, he's going to finish off his 12th in few 1 or 2 months. He's in the ISC board.
Right.
So basically, his interest are towards sports kind of things. Like, so do you also help out people to in the sports based education in the abroad?
Yes, we do. We do have. There is one student who's also in a very niche category of sports law that I had helped 2 years back. So, yes, we help them with all of that. So, don't worry.
Sure. So I think I'll get. I've already booked it. So let's talk over there in the call. Okay. All right. Thank you,
Absolutely.
ma'am. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mithilesh ji, please tell me. Are you still there? Okay. I think I've answered all the queries. Now, these are the last 10 seconds left. I just got an update from my team that only two seats are remaining. Eight calls have already been booked. So, only two seats are remaining. Anyone who has not made the payment, last 20 seconds are there. And after that, this offer will be gone. You will leave the webinar, you will remember whatever you've learned for a few days, and then again you will go back to the normal whole life of procrastinating and keep scheduling it for later. Vinita ji, yes, please. You have a question? You just raised your hand. Vinita ji, are you there?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Yes, I have a question. My daughter is in ninth standard right now, and she is in CBSE board, and her interest is to go opt the field of ethical hacking.
Mm-hmm.
So she's more like curious about the AI, and she want to do that. So I just wanted to know, like, is there any roadmap available for her as well?
Yes, yes. Everybody from grade 8 onwards, there's a roadmap available for all of you. I would suggest, Vinita ji, you can book the call and get your child along with you for the call. We
Okay, ma'am.
we are flexible
Okay.
with managing the schedule in a way that both the children and the parents can be available so that you can take the maximum benefit. It's not like if we are asking you to pay 999, then we tell you that, okay, no, you can join without your child also. We prefer that. In fact, even if you are ready to join alone, we sometimes always advise you and tell you that we are ready manage the time in a way that the child can also join based on their availability. So yes, there'll be no problem with that.
Noted, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll be taking your leave now because I think almost everyone's questions I have answered. Is there anyone who has anything left and they want to answer, ask something? If not, then thank you so much. Any query that still remains and I've not answered,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes, please.
Yeah, ma'am. So I wanted to ask that, can you please inform about any scholarships that Ivy League colleges provide for undergraduate programs or not?
See, Abhigyan, they do offer, but we all have to understand one very clear thing. What is scholarship? Scholarship is a third party paying for our expenses. And why
Yes.
do you think anyone will pay for your expenses? Only when you become scholarship worthy, right? Only
Yes,
when
ma'am.
I'll become scholarship worthy. So the first focus is on that. And then you automatically become eligible for scholarship. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Okay. Okay, everyone, anyone who wanted to book a call but has not booked it because you have some doubt, then you can drop your number here. My senior team member will get in touch with you for that. I wish you all the best. Have a great, great weekend ahead. Take the learnings, whatever you've learned today, apply. Don't live in those same mistakes that you've been making all this while. And I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. And any questions that still remains unanswered, you can reach out to us on our Instagram, which is Shweta underscore Unibridges. Thank you.